Often a foundational exercise in meditation systems is just gathering our energy. It's collecting our energy and our attention and settling. So we have a sense of being more centered. Um, and that means that when our attention wanders, because it will, we need a kind of balance uh, and self compassion, actually. You realize, oh, I'm not with the breath, or I'm not with this chosen object. I'm a million miles away. What happens then? Do you go into a tirade against yourself? Do you consider yourself a failure and just give up? Or can you practice letting go of the distraction with some equanimity and come back to that chosen object? And most systems expand quite a bit beyond that. So we're looking at thoughts and feelings and sensations, but this is like the foundational exercise. And so we do choose an object. Very often, classically, it's the sensation of the in and out breath, just the normal, natural breath. It doesn't have to be. It could be many different types of objects, and often is. It could be a mantra, it could be a prayer, it could be something else in your body, it could be sound. One of the reasons that the breath is so common, there are a few reasons that I learned from my earliest meditation teachers, uh, were things like you don't have to believe anything in order to feel your breath. You don't have to call yourself a Buddhist or a Hindu or reject anything else. If you're breathing, you can be meditating. And then, as one of my teachers said, I've always felt very charmingly, he said, the breath is very portable. Let's say you practice 12 minutes a day, which is the latest I've heard from a neuroscientist friend, in terms of what is effective. Let's say you practice 12 minutes a day, formally, sitting, walking, some dedicated period. And then you're at work and someone's freaking out and you're getting anxious and you want to center. You don't need equipment. You don't need to sit cross-legged and close your eyes and look weird. You can breathe. Even easier on Zoom, right? Or you're commuting. Same situation. Someone's getting angry. You're getting anxious. Okay, I can just breathe. I love the privacy of it, that nobody has to know you're doing it, and that it's always there for you as a tool to just come back, to center, to be more present. And in the ordinary world, when we do that in conversation, at work, wherever it might be, we come back to our values. We come back to what we really care about. So I'll guide this as though we're the breath. Again, it doesn't have to be the breath. And I understand, in these times, the breath is very challenging for a lot of people. And I would just suggest you experiment with something that matches those other criteria. Could be listening to sound, could be using some other sensation in your body as the kind of home base. The really critical element is how we return to that home base, because our minds jump to the past, to the future, all over the place. And comes the magic moment. Can we recognize it, let go, and come back? Okay. So we're going to do some practice together. You can sit comfortably. Close your eyes or not. We'll start out anyway by listening to sound. You can listen to the sound of my voice or other sounds. It's a way of relaxing deep inside, allowing our experience to come and go. Of course, we like certain sounds and we don't like others, but we don't have to chase after them to hold on or push away. Just let it wash through you. And bring your attention to the feeling of your body sitting, whatever sensations you discover. See if you can feel the earth supporting you. And feel space touching you. Usually we think about touching space, we think about picking up a finger and poking it in the air, but space is always touching us. It's already touching us. We just need to receive it. Bring your attention to your hands. See if you can make the shift from the more conceptual level to the world of sensation, pulsing, warmth, coolness, throbbing, whatever you might be feeling. You don't need to name these things, but feel them. And bring your attention to the feeling of your breath. Just the normal, natural breath, wherever you feel it most distinctly. At the nostrils, at the chest, or at the abdomen. You can find that place, bring your attention there, and just rest. See if you can feel one breath. And the next. And if images or sounds or sensations or thoughts should arise, but they're not very strong, if you can stay connected to the feeling of the breath, just let them flow on by. You're breathing. But if something does arise and it pulls you away, you get lost in thought, spun out in a fantasy, or you fall asleep, truly don't worry about it. If you realize you've been gone, see if you can let go gently and simply return to the feeling of the breath or whatever your primary object is. It doesn't matter how many times you might have to let go and begin again. That's fine. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes or lift your gaze and we'll end the meditation.